Now, black children don't get to be innocent. America has shown us time and time again that they will put a child's blackness before anything when deciding whether or not that child gets to live or die. You've seen that in the stories of Emmett Till, George Stinney, Tamir Rice, Michael Brown. On March 16, 1991, in Los Angeles, California, 15-year-old Latasha Harlins walks into a convenience store, and from the moment she walks in, she's racially profiled. The store owner accuses Latasha of stealing $1.79 bottle of orange juice. Latasha says, "No, she's not. I'm going to pay for it." The store owner then grabs Latasha, grabs her backpack, and when Latasha tries to walk away, the store owner shoots her in the back of the head, killing her instantly. $1.79 is all Latasha's life was worth. And even worse, the store owner gets 5 years probation. No jail time. That sounds real familiar to the story of Cyrus Carmack Belton, a 14-year-old black boy who was accused by a gas station owner in Columbia, South Carolina, of stealing a water bottle. Cyrus didn't steal the water bottle. He ran away, and the gas station owner still shot him in the back. That murderer was just found not guilty. When you're a black child in America, you better grow up quick, because you don't get to be innocent.
I want to say this, right? Their lives don't deserve to be lost over water bottles or death, all right? Over theft. It doesn't deserve to be lost, okay? The people who did it deserve to be criminally punished. I'm going to stand on that. I don't care if you're Asian, white, black, whatever. Okay? I don't care. I'm not supporting these Asian people who took someone else's life over petty shit, okay? I'm not here for that. But what I want to say is the hypocrisy of it, right? It's the other hypocrisy. It is people like this who only care about these people, right? All these kids, when it's about race, right? You only care when it's racially profiled. You only care because none of the names he put out, he doesn't put out names of black kids, right? You look at the statistics. Black kids are predominantly dying not by the hands of white people, not by the hands of Asian people. They're predominantly getting killed by the hands of other black people. But you don't see him making a video about that. You don't see him making a video about that. You don't see him making a video about how these 3 kids, right? 16, 17, 16, died because of a neighborhood dispute. 3 kids got shot because of a neighborhood dispute, right? In their own neighborhood. You're not gonna hear about this, right? How Robinson, right, 16, shot, killed outside, right? They're not gonna care about the black on black crime that's affecting their community, right? Blake, 15. You're not gonna care about that. You're not gonna care about these, right? Child, right? Chicago, fatally shot in the alleyway. Gang rivalry. Turner, 8 years old, right? You're not gonna hear about any of this. I'm gonna tell you this, right? Tell you this. White and Asian combined, right? Killings, homicide of black people is about 10%. 10%. Where's the rest 90? Where's the rest? It's about black on black crime. Now, I'm not trying to belittle, the crime that happened. Like I said, right? No person's life, black, white, Asian, doesn't matter, deserves to be taken away for something so petty, right? The kid ran away. They shouldn't have chased after him, right? He had a gun. Terrible, right? That we don't talk about that. The owner had plenty of instances where he's been stolen from before. He's bad, but it don't matter, right? Not life doesn't deserve to be taken away from theft. So I'm 100% in agreement that the Chinese guy Rick Chow deserves imprisonment. 100% on board of that. What I'm not on board is the pure hypocrisy. You will see black people like that, right? These fake-ass black people who will protest, will be boycott, will be outraged if a black person dies by the hand of a white man, a white person, or a person of an Asian person, a person of any other race. They won't be outraged if a 9-year-old, right, an 8-year-old killed by the hands of a black person. They won't. They don't talk about it. They don't mention it. It's not a problem to them, right? Or at least not a problem they address or protest about or, boycott black businesses, right? I just find the pure hypocrisy is not caring about the death of your people regardless of situation, regardless of context. The only context you care about if it's racial. Okay, this is going to be long and maybe triggering. This is the thing where I think the black community are hypocrites, or they're biased, or they don't actually give a shit about their community. They don't. I'll be honest. I think the black community is very individualistic. They are very opportunistic. They're fake. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? Because here's my thing, okay? With the whole Rick Chow thing, I vehemently think that the guy should have been punished, okay? Because for killing someone who ran away and your only thought was he stole like a water bottle, right? Yeah, death wasn't warranted, right? You shouldn't have killed the kid. You shouldn't have ran after him. So I definitely think that he deserved, or he should have deserved punishment, okay? But this is the hypocrisy. In all the cases, let's say white cops, right? Or white people, or even let's say Asian people who kill black people. And then you see outrage from it, right? You see outrage from it, which, okay, understandable, right? Someone innocent getting killed by another race, you get outraged. Okay, great, I agree, okay? But then you see the hypocrisy. You see the hypocrisy. Okay, I was wondering, is this a really big thing? Right? Are white people and Asian people killing black people at such a crazy rate that, you know what, it needs to be talked about? Right? It's hurting the black community. All the deaths by white people and Asian people towards the black community. Racism. That's terrible. So I did a Google search, right? Again, take it with a grain of salt. You know, Google is what it is. I mean, it's not like they are the best, right? AI, they take information from whatever, but they are at least more credible than your own opinion, right? In my opinion. Okay. Now, it was not the easiest thing, AI said, right, to find credit or, like concrete, recent, cross racial, problems. But, when they last fully indexed, okay, roughly 88 to 98% of black homicide victims were killed by black offenders. Roughly 8 to 9% of black homicide victims were killed by white offenders. Less than 1% of black homicide victims were killed by Asian offenders. Here's where I say it's the hypocrisy, okay? We will have a riot. The black community will have a riot. They will get together. They will have a riot, an uproar if a white cop kills a white man, white cop, even an Asian man, right? Kills a black person. Okay, right? They say, let's boycott. Now, I've been saying, let's boycott all Asian businesses. Okay, cool. I mean, whatever. Let's boycott whatever. Okay, your freedom to boycott who you want. But crickets, when almost 90% of the deaths, right, of actual killings is by people of your own complexion. You say nothing. You do nothing. You don't protest, right? You don't. I don't see it, right? At least that's not on my FYP. You don't see it on social media. You don't see no news outlets talk about it. You don't see BLM writing. You don't see anybody talking shit like, oh, we should boycott, I don't know, black businesses, right? We should make a monolith of all black people because black people are killing black people. But no. Let's make a monolith of the white people. Let's make the monolith of the Asian people, right? Because an Asian person killed a black person, boycott all Asian people, right? A white person kills a black. I always think outrage in our society is very funny. Okay, it's very biased and selective. This is the thing where we have a problem with not understanding biases, right? We do. Okay, so I'm talking about, let's say, the recent case with that I forgot, Chow, the Asian 7-Eleven owner right there, where he unjustly killed that boy. That boy was running away for whatever, it's a he say she say thing. Okay, he said he say thing. He shot the boy from the back, even though that boy did have a gun. Right, that boy was 14, illegally had a loaded gun. Right? Already he was a criminal, but let's say this, he still didn't deserve to die. 100% he didn't deserve to die. He ran away. They should have let him go. Right? They shouldn't have chased after him. That was stupid. But what I want to talk about, right? And like I said, I don't agree with it. I think that was unjust. I think he didn't deserve to die. So I don't think it was the best decision, but that is our justice system. But why I say is the bias is that it's funny that people are outraged over the death of a black boy, which I'm saying I agree. He was unjustly killed, and how they're also outraged that this old man, this Asian man, he's not found guilty. He was not found guilty of unjustly killing this boy. But we have so many cases, right? Let's say we have so many cases that we don't see the biases. Where again, what was it? That the Russian girl that got killed, the man that stabbed her was let out of, or was never. He was convicted, or he has a rap sheet of 17 instances or whatever, right? Our justice system is messed up. It's not about. I don't think it's about color or whatever. It's just our justice system is messed up. I've seen so many criminals, black, white, Asian. It don't really matter. That our justice system lets them out plenty of times. I saw this other case where a little while ago, those 3 black boys, they R-worded a little girl, and they weren't really punished like that. Maybe I think I forgot the verdict, right? I know that they weren't sentenced to jail. It's like I didn't see enough outrage for that, right? I didn't see enough outrage for this criminal, like the Russian girl, that was let out many times, right? He was let out many times. He was let go until he killed somebody. Okay, it's a selective outrage I find really ridiculous. Okay, you scream at justice, but you only care about justice when it fits your narrative, right? When it fits your, I don't know, whatever, your racial category, your gender category, whatever, right? Whatever category you deem is fitting. And I think that when it's inconsistent, I think it's disgusting. I think our justice system completely is incompetent. It's failed, right? We have cases where, let's say, someone that all words, a woman or a child, getting, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years, okay? While someone who does drugs can get maybe life, can get 20, 30, 50 years, right? For drugs, right? For doing drugs, for maybe even dealing drugs, right? You can get a lifetime. You can get so many years for that offense. But if you R-word someone, maybe you get a decade, if that. Our justice system is messed up, right? I mean, I would love a politician that actually runs on reforming our justice system, where it punishes people accurately, efficiently, and it actually focuses on punishing people, right? That deserves to be punished. So I'm just, I just think that it's selective outrage a lot of times where, in my opinion, right? Let's say if it was a white little boy, none of the people would care, in my opinion, right? I don't think the audience that do care now, they wouldn't care before. Right? Now, I'm not saying that I don't understand it, right? I understand it. It was unjust, so he didn't deserve the death. But it's people bias showing, okay? It's people bias showing because why are you outraged for this? Someone innocent dying here. You're not outraged for someone innocent dying in another thing, right? That's like the lack of consistency in my opinion.
Tell me why I was about to take my ass to the Feast Chinese buffet, but I decided to take my ass to Mary's and support black-owned businesses because of fucking Cyrus Cormack. Rest in peace to him. Are y'all fucking...
I love it. Support black-owned business. Go for it. It's capitalism for you, right? It's freedom. No one's forcing you. No one forces you to go to businesses that are owned by white people, by Asian people. No one's forcing you. That's the freedom of America. Go to what business you want to go to. I find it funny. So, an Asian person kills wrongfully, right? In my opinion, they shouldn't have chased him down. If he ran, it is what it is. Don't chase him. But wrongfully killed him. But one Asian person killed a armed, but essentially harmless black kid, and you want to boycott Asian business. Great. But what about all the black on black killings? What about that? It's like, this is, people say, oh, you're just doing whataboutism. So what? Right? Because here's the thing. You care so much, right? If a white person kills a black person, you want to boycott places. You want to, let's say, do protests, right? If one Asian person or an Asian people killing black people, you want to boycott Asian businesses, okay. But let's say this, all together, right? That's about 10%. 10% of the killings, right? Homicides for black people. Guess where's the 90% from? Guess, please guess. A wild guess. Where's the 90% of black people, where homicides, right? Murders of black people come from? Other black people. That's kind of funny. You're not boycotting black businesses when your brothers and your sisters are killing your brothers and your sisters. But the 10% that murders your people, you don't care about them. You don't care about black people, but murders your people, you want to start boycotting. You want to start calling people out. You want to start, protesting. You want to start remembering those names. Do you remember the names that, the black kids, the black people that got their lives ended by other black people? Do you remember their names? No, you don't. You don't care about their names, right? You don't care about the names. You don't, never have those type of people came out of your mouth, right? Because you don't care. You only care about it's racial, right? You wouldn't care when it's racial. You don't care when it's an actual epidemic. 90% of murders, right, that happen in the black community is by other black people. For me, I would see the lack of consistency. I would care, right? I don't about the death of innocent Asian people or anybody, innocent anyone, by anyone. I don't care if it's an Asian person did it, black person, white person. I don't care. I care about the murders of innocent people, regardless of the the identity politics that comes along with it. But black people don't. Or internet black people don't, right? So I just find the hypocrisy. It's funny.
I don't think black people should shop with Asians anymore. Asians, Chinese, Japanese. Bitch, fuck that. Black people gotta start putting everybody in the same motherfucking category. Like, bitch, the Latinos, the Mexicans. At this point, I just really want to see black excellence. I want to see black nail salons open up. Y'all doing pedicures. It'd be like, I want to see black grocery stores, black banks. I want to see black representatives, black schools, black educational systems. I want to see black people totally segregate from every other race. And I think that's the only way our race will ever truly be safe, is because everybody else in every other race is the enemy. I don't give a fuck if they got mixed kids. I don't give a fuck. Like, literally, I'm just sick of this shit. I'm really just sick of black children dying and nothing being done about it. And then all these other fucking races get to walk around with their kids safe inside doors. I don't like that.
I 100% agree. I hope she looks like she's a nurse. I hope she's not working for a white business. I hope so, right? I hope she's a nurse for like maybe a black hospital. I hope so, right? Hope you take your own crazy ass opinion. But here's the thing. I'm a big supporter of it. It's within your right. It's within your right not to work at, participate, interact with other races. It's within your right. I hope you do. I really do. I hope that, since you're so outraged, right? Which is funny because they usually they constantly talk about redlining, right? But yet, no surprise that, if you had the choice, you would have done it yourself. You would have segregated yourself. No surprise, right? No surprise. It's like, okay, fine. No one's complaining about that. I don't believe that people would complain if black people as a whole, okay? And I can say this, believe me or not, I love the black community. I just don't love the internet black people, right? Because they're stupid ass takes, but whatever. Okay, if you want to separate, no one's stopping you. So go ahead. I mean, no one's forcing you to work at black business or white businesses, interact with, getting a check from the white man. No one's forcing you to, go to Asian businesses. No one's forcing. There's no force. There's no gun to your head, right? To enter a business of other races. No one's forcing you. Okay, so I hope you do it. I hope you listen to her, opinion, advice. But I will say this, right? She says she's tired of the death of black kids. I hope they look it up, because if I looked it up, the homicide rate, right? Let's combine it. White homicide with Asian homicide, the killings of black people, right? Let's combine it. Maybe it'll be big. Maybe it will be big. But you know what? When I combined it, white killing blacks, Asian killing blacks, combined, it's about 10%. 10%? Who does the 90? Who does the 90%? Who's doing the 90%? Black people. But she wouldn't talk about that, would she? She wouldn't talk about how predominantly black people are killing other black people. I hate this identity politics. You said you're tired of black kids getting killed, yet you only talk about it if they're killed by other people. It's okay that 90%, majority of the time, your people is being killed by your people. That's okay. You don't need to talk about that. You don't need to mention that. It's kind of hypocrisy. Seems like you only care about your people when it's about identity politics, when it's more about racial. You don't care about your people any other way. Right? What are you doing to help your people? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. It's like, I'm tired of these people, right? I really am. Now, I said this in other videos. What happened to, in that situation with that kid, he did not deserve to die, right? He ran away. Even though he had a gun, whatever, it didn't matter. He ran away. So you shouldn't have chased him. You shouldn't have chased him. And the Asian guy, Rick Chow, he should have been in prison. He should have. Right? Killing a kid while the kid running away, no. 100% he deserves to be in prison. But it's the pure hypocrisy that you only care about this kid now because it's by another race. I 100% guarantee you, if it was a black man who shot a kid in the back, you wouldn't care.
I really want black people to get off the internet making think pieces about this whole thing and start putting their money where their mouth is. Stop talking. Y'all should not be in these Korean hair stores, Chinese hair stores, corner stores, restaurants, nail salons, nothing. I don't know why y'all been not doing it. Again, if nothing else was enough, if history wasn't enough to show y'all how that community really feels, how all these communities feel about black people, but that community, because they're the ones at the topic at hand right now, the election should have showed y'all. And some of y'all still took that as a joke. Just like y'all stopped shopping at Target and some coons are still there. I know coons are still going to be up in these people's establishments, but get the fuck out.
Yeah, I agree. Stop shopping there. I mean, hell, I'm pretty sure your house wasn't built by black people. Probably built by Hispanics and whites. Leave, right? I'm pretty sure you should leave. Stop using the white man's money. Yeah, you should do that too. This is the thing where I'm all for it, right? Don't shop at Target, Walmart, Home Depot, any places owned, created by other races. No one. I'm saying, like, damn, don't shop at Asian places. I'm pretty sure go to Asian black supermarkets, go to black corner stores, go to black hair I don't know, hair post, please don't. I hope you don't import your shit from China. I hope you don't import your shit from China. The guy is Chinese, right? That guy was Chinese. I hope you 100% don't have anything that says made in China. I hope so. This is funny. I've said this in so many videos. I'm 100% for that man, right? I think Rick Chow should have been prosecuted correctly. He should be in prison. No one's life should end just because of stealing, even if whatever. The kid ran. You shouldn't run after him. You shouldn't have shot him in the back. I don't support that. Right? He ran away. He ran away. I don't care even if he had a gun. He ran away. That's the stupidity. But here's the thing. I find a lot of these internet black people funny. They only come out of the woodwork when someone of another race kill someone from their race, which by statistics, white people combined with Asian people only make up 10%. 10%. And Asian people only make under 1%, right? Asian people only make under 1%. But 10% of the black homicide. Guess who makes up the 90% of the black people? So these fake ass black people, fake ass, only come out of the woodwork when they see, identity politics at play. When they see identity politics at play, they come out and it's like, oh, boycott, protests, discrimination, racism, all that stuff. They say all this shit, right? I can't believe my black brothers and sisters, the black children are suffering, all this stuff. But when actual majority of black people, kids, men, women, are being killed by other black people, they're quiet. They don't care. So they don't care about your life. They don't. They only care about pushing this propaganda.
Fuck it, I'll just say it. Rick Child need to die just like George Zimmerman need to die. The fuck? Take away the entire family. Who give a fuck? They all need to go.
I love the hypocrisy. I love it. I love it. Okay. Because this is the thing where white women, right? Liberal white women, the liberals, and some, right, minorities, some black people. This is the insanity. So imagine one person, right? One person did something terrible, which I've said this in multiple videos. Yeah, I think he shouldn't have chased after the kid. And even death or not, the kid didn't deserve death. But this is the hypocrisy. This is why these types of people are so violent and there's no sympathy. Imagine saying that, right? Imagine if let's say that Russian woman that got killed by a black man. Should now white people or Russians say, oh, you know what, his whole family needs to be killed, right? Should now say his whole family needs to be killed? What if people did that, right? What if the outrage said that? They said the whole family needs to be killed. What if it happens? I've said it. These people are no better than the people they complain about. It's like, I'm sorry, you people are violent, right? You are violent. It's like if you don't condone violence, right? People's lives shouldn't be taken away, and then out of your disgusting ghetto ass mouth, you said, "Oh, other people need to die." What makes you different, right? What makes you different than the racist people you hate about, right? The racist people you hate. When they see, let's say, the Russian girl get killed, they say that, you know what, black people need to be killed too, right? Again, this foolish idiot don't understand. You are literally saying the same things that you complain about the racist people that you hate. You know better. You absolutely know better. You would at least hope that people that complain and receive racism would understand that, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be racist. Maybe I shouldn't be, make people out to be a monolith. Maybe I shouldn't wish death upon a group of people or a family. But no, it's the hypocrisy. It's okay to wish death upon, unrelated people, or just wish death on people, right? The eye for an eye thing. Okay, cool. Well, you can't complain. You can't complain when other races will feel the same thing about you. You can't then call that racist when you would do the same thing.
My son was not a thug. He was a 14-year-old boy who was trying to find his way. And for any person that acts like when they were 14, 15, 16, 17, that they did not do nothing wrong, that they did not smoke and drink and have sex and do whatever that they were not supposed to do by their parents, it is a lie. And it is judgmental, and I refuse to allow any of you to sit up there and make it seem like we were bad parents because we were not.
I've said this countless times before, okay? I don't think that kid deserved to die. And I think that the Rick Chow who shot him, he deserves to be in prison. 100%. He deserves imprisonment. I'm not saying life or whatever, but he deserves punishment. I've said that countless times before. That is my stance. But they are bad parents. They are 100% bad parents. Why? He was 14. He had a gun on him. I'm sorry. In no world, right, that I can think of, would I call you a good parent if your child carried a gun around him, right? In no world. Especially, right, what she just said. Do you think that your child not listening to you, having sex, doing drugs, carrying guns around, going to parties, doing all this shit, do you think your child's a good, you think you're a good parent? Two things can be true at once, right? Like I said, the kid didn't deserve to die. The guy deserves some form of punishment. Yet you are terrible parents. 100% you are terrible parents. I'm sorry. You are shitty ass parents. And to have the audacity to say that, oh, you know what? Like the kids are doing all these terrible debauchery shit. It's not that big of a deal. Are you kidding me? It is. I'm sorry, right? your son carrying around a gun would only have led him, like, there's a high possibility it would have led him into the grave anyway. It's like it's like, this is the problem with the black community. They can't see it, right? This lifestyle, right? Sex, drugs, guns, violence. Where do you think is going to lead you, right? She said she has a master's degree. Great. Yet you're still so stupid that you didn't even know your son, and if you did know him, that's even worse, but you didn't know your son was carrying around a gun. It was not that big of a deal that your son at 14 is having sex, or kids that you condone kids at 14, 15, 16 having sex, doing drugs, being violent. You are a shitty parent. You are a terrible, shitty parent. And in my opinion, you contribute to your son's death. You contribute to your son's death. Hell, at the very least, you contribute to, how this man, right, Rick Chow, right, didn't go to prison. Because if your son didn't have a gun, at the very least, I'm quite sure this guy would have gone to prison.
Right now, the black community online is talking about how they're going to boycott Asian businesses and how much they don't like Asians. I wonder if, because of the Rick Chow case, they'll give any type of attention to Cordell Gooseby, who, in the end of March, was found not guilty by reason of insanity after he murdered an Asian woman and her unborn child and severely injured her husband in a random shooting by shooting at them in a car. This is Cordell Gooseby. Stop Asian Hate only got attention because of one white criminal attacking a spa, and that's heinous. But 190,000 cases of black on Asian crime from 2017 to 2021, that is completely ignored. You can boycott whatever business you'd like, but if you're really burnt up about the Rick Chow case, there's a lot of other shit I can show you.
You know, this is the thing. It is definitely a different beast, right? Online black people are disgusting people. I know real life black people in person, they're drastically different. They're not like the insane internet black people. So when I say black people, that's who I mean. I'm not talking about, the black people that every day, right? I'm talking about the black people that give their stupid takes online and leave stupid comments, right? Leave racist comments. But this is a thing where Asian people are just too nice. They're just too nice, in my opinion, right? They're too passive because imagine what he just said, right? Imagine if all Asian people now thought all black people, right? Now we should boycott the non-existent businesses of black people, right? Or we should say all black people are all the same, right? We should just lump them in all together and just say that, they're all just terrible people, right? We should, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to boycott businesses that you don't have. So that's, I don't know. I guess we can't boycott businesses that, since black people don't have many, or they don't have businesses that are open to really other races, right? But in my opinion, right, when something bad happens, like he said, a black person harming, killing, whatever, an Asian person, I don't lump them all in together, right? I've dated plenty of black women. I've had plenty of black friends. So I know that they're not all the same. So it's just disgusting to see takes online that the people that hate stereotypes, the people that call out racism, are the people that say that black people are not a monolith, or you shouldn't lump all black people in together, are the same people that are racist, that want to lump all Asian people in together. Because here's the thing, that guy was Chinese, right? The Rick Chow guy is Chinese, yet you will boycott Koreans, Vietnamese, any other Asian people, right? Any subgroups of Asians, whatever. It just shows how racist you are, right? It does. So I didn't even know that there were that many, Asian hate crimes like that by black people, which is interesting. I just think it's sad, right? I just think it's sad that people that know what it's like to be targeted by another race is the race that is targeting another race. Shit like this is stupid, right? Shit like this is stupid. It's stupid because, during the whole Asian hate shit, right? During any time where there's violence against Asians are not out here boycotting black people in any way. They're not out here reveling in the suffering of black people. I just really find it absolutely funny that during these times.
On the J train, one man beats and chokes a man police believe is Asian until he goes unconscious. Fellow riders watch without intervening. The video has been viewed over 1 million times.
A disturbing attack in New York is now being investigated as a possible hate crime after a 65-year-old Asian woman was brutally assaulted in broad daylight. Police say the woman was walking to church in Hell's Kitchen when a man kicked her to the ground and stomped on her multiple times while allegedly yelling anti-Asian slurs. Investigators say the suspect also shouted, "You don't belong here," before running off. The victim was hospitalized with serious injuries. Surveillance video of the attack has sparked outrage, especially after authorities say a nearby security guard watched it happen and then closed the door instead of helping. Police say the attack is part of a growing wave of anti-Asian hate crimes across the city. Community members gathered for vigils following several recent incidents, and officials say undercover Asian American officers will now patrol certain areas to help prevent more attacks.
That's why Asian people were way too nice. Right? We weren't pointing fingers at any particular group of people. Okay, we just wanted things to stop. We weren't pointing hands at anybody. Right? We weren't speaking out against individual people or anything because honestly, I believe Asian people didn't want hate towards anyone. Right? They just wanted violence to stop. But when black people, when something happens to black people, they wish hate on people. They revel in people's suffering. I just find it absolutely hilarious and funny that